Wow.
All right, so
And this? What's this?
He stole a page full of tongue twisters.
No.
A car.
Here, let me see this.
You have those papers or no?
Are these all of them?
That's everything I took. She had them in her purse, so I just reached my hand in there.
What the fuck? You stole her
Dude,
stuff?
fuck her, dude.
Shut
I need it more than
the
she
hell
did.
up.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't steal it from her. But I think that somebody forgot him or something. They were on the chair. I didn't mean to steal those, but I saw a tongue twisters and I was like, I can really use these tongue twisters.
Okay.
More than she needs them, you know? I need them.
I don't see any tongue twisters.
Oh, they're right there.
You want the lights?
This is
Just repeat after me. These are short ones. This will be quick. Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber
baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Real fast, right?
Rubber baby bug.
Rubber buggy.
Rabies.
This is hard.
Rubber baby bumper.
Rubber baby bumper.
No.
No, rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber
baby buggy
Rubber
bumper.
baby boat.
Dude, start off real slow. Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby
bumper.
Rubber.
I want my baby back, baby.
Rubber baby
buggy bumper. Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
There you go. Rubber baby buggy
Rubber
bumper.
baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubby baby. Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Rubber baby bumper.
Wow, that's harder than it seems.
Let me see another one.
Rubber baby.
What noise annoys a noisy oyster the most?
What noise annoys the most?
What noise annoys a noisy oyster the most?
What noise
annoys
a noisy
oyster?
a noisy noise?
What noise
annoys
a noisy oyster the most?
Okay.
What noise annoys a noisy oyster the most?
What noise annoys a noisy oyster the most?
A noisy noise annoys a noisy oyster the most.
An oyster noise.
An oyster.
No, a noisy oyster.
What annoys a noisy? No.
What noise annoys a
what
noisy oyster the most? A noisy noise annoys a noisy oyster the most.
What noise annoys a noisy oyster the most? A noisy oyster annoys him the most.
A noisy noise annoys a noisy oyster the
That's
most.
a lot of noises.
That's the point. Let's try. The big black bug bit the big black bear at. See, some of these are like alternate, like they're different.
But they're the same as other ones, or what?
They're kind of the same, but they're kind of.
They changed some words.
Yeah, some of the words.
Let's just do some vocals, like
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck wood as much as he could, and chuck as much as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. What the fuck?
You have to say that real fast, right?
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. What is the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Peter Piper pizza is the best. Peter Piper pizza
is the one.
The best.
Food is good as the fun.
Woo, that's a great tongue twister right there.
One was a racehorse. 2-2 was 1-2 1-1 race. 2-2 1-2. What the fuck?
0-1-2-0.
You guys have to do those real fast in class,
Yeah.
like out loud, but everybody does them at the same time.
Yeah. Look, this one we do often too. Just repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy had a square cut punt.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
Not a cunt punt square, but a cunt in your ass.
You're not supposed to say cut.
Yeah, I know, but
you want to say it, but you're not.
Yeah, but it's because punt and cut, right?
Exactly.
Cut punt.
Let's try again.
Punch.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
can't
Not a
remember the words.
not a cut punt
Not
square.
a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
Punt.
Not a square
Not
cut
a square
punt.
cut punt, but a square in her ass.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
Not a punt. Not
a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
But a square cut punt.
But a square
It's
punt.
round in the stern
punt.
and blunt in the front.
It's round in
the stern, but square in the punt.
Okay, let's try that again. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy. Okay, let me do it real slow. Real slow.
Well, just let him see the paper.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt.
There you go. It's round in the stern, but blunt in the front.
It's round in the stern, but blunt in the
blunt in the front.
and blunt in the front.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Okay, now do it faster. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, but a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
Okay. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt. Not a square cut punt, but a punt. Square.
You read it. See how fast you can read it without fucking up. Maybe that'll help.
Where is this? Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square, just a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt. It's just easier when you're reading it.
Yeah.
It's harder when you're memorizing it, you know?
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt. Not a punt cut square. Not a punt cut square. Just a square cut punt. It's round in the stern and blunt in the front. Mrs. Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
I was reading this and it sounded real ridiculous, but when you're going real fast, it's harder,
Mrs.
right?
Puggy Wuggy has a square cut punt.
One last one.
Mrs. Puggy Wuggy.
One last one. Wait, I got it.
Okay,
Let's not use this.
choose.
To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
To
sit in solemn silence.
Okay, wait. Let's start this over. When you're saying the word, when you're enunciating, enunciate. Make your mouth say all the words. So when you're saying to sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull.
Oh, use your mouth. Open it. Enunciate every vowel, every word.
To
every
sit
letter.
in solemn silence in a dull, dark.
To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark park.
Dock. What you said?
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark
I'm gonna do it
dock,
again. I'm gonna
right?
do it again, slower. To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock, right?
On a dull, dark dock.
On a dull, dark dock, right? Jesus! Dull, dark dock.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark.
Dock.
On a dull,
This is just the
dark.
first
On
verse.
a dull, dark dock, right?
To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
Dull, dark dock.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark.
On a dull dock.
To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock.
Okay, repeat after me.
Doctor.
At the same time, ready? To
sit
sit
in
in solemn silence
in
on
a
a dull,
dull,
dog. You can't sit
dog.
inside a dog, you have to sit on it.
On it. To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark cock.
Okay, let's get
Dog.
started.